Should you open an online savings account? The biggest question that has always remained is whether you would get access to a personal relationship with your bankers if you never get to deal with them in person. Well, we might give you some benefits of online savings accounts and see if your want for a physical relationship still outweighs those advantages. An online savings account provides convenience, enabling you to bank without ever stepping foot in a physical branch. There are many benefits, including competitive interest rates, no monthly maintenance fees, and easy access to funds. The benefits of an online savings account are much higher and in better standing compared to traditional banking. The problem of always going to your bank to make updates with information and lodge complaints is not ideal, and with online banking, you can eliminate all those bank calls and trips. Since you no longer have to commute to and from the bank branches, it is easier to do other things like connect more with family and friends or spend more time at work. The convenience will often allow for more activities in your personal life to better serve you and raise more money for you. While you do things like shopping, going to your child's talent night, or a business meeting, you could still be checking up with your online savings account. This defines banking on the go. The traditional banks have online portals. Every bank has an online version of their banking system and apps to make banking easier for their clients. So, how do you distinguish the two? There are significant differences between the two types of banking systems. Online banks don't have branches that you can visit, so all customers get help through virtual spaces and not through in-person interactions. Online banks typically don't allow you to deposit cash directly like you walk into traditional banks and do. You will have to transfer from other deposit sites to the online savings account. Online banks offer higher interest rates than traditional banks. Online banks also charge lower fees than their traditional counterparts. The minimum balance requirement of traditional banks does not apply to online banks. Online banks don't use a check system because they encourage transfers, whereas traditional banks give you a checkbook. Online banks are usually safe, but you need to take a few steps to ensure you deal with the right institutions. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, backs all the online banks. You have to check their website if the FDIC logo is there, and then you can also check the FDIC website to check the list of online banks to be sure you are working with the right people. Some criminals set up fraudulent websites and siphon cash from unsuspecting victims. If you confirm that the FDIC backs them, then you are good to go. Online banks, like traditional banks, are insured by the FDIC, and if the bank goes under, the FDIC insurance covers $250,000 of your deposits. You, as the client, should also be sure to not let your private information into the wrong hands if you access your account from a public Wi-Fi hotspot or use a weak and easily guessed password. If you manage to keep your data safe and you bank with an FDIC-certified online bank, you will have nothing to worry about. It is just like your traditional bank account, only this time it is on your phone only. Online banks have a much higher interest rate than traditional banks. The most beneficial thing about an online savings account is the interest rates. The online platforms attract clients by offering much higher interest rates. The interest rate is high because the online platforms do not have as many staff as the traditional banks. There are many roles in an official bank building that can be easily cut off and given to freelancers at a much lesser fee. This way, the online platforms streamline its employees to finance and accounting, IT, and customer experience staff. The bank's core mandate is what the online bank hires and not a host of many administrative employees. The lean nature of the online banks translates to less money going into salaries and expenditure, and more of it coming back to you as profits. This point is great if you are looking for a high-yielding interest asset for investments. The turnover will be much pleasant. Many banks charge a monthly maintenance or account fee if your balance falls below a minimum threshold. The banks also require a certain number of direct deposits each month to avoid a fee. With the low interests in savings accounts, you might end up paying fees with all the money that is intended to be saved. When you open an online savings account, you are afforded the luxury of no monthly maintenance fee. You can relax as your money builds interest to help you reach your financial goals. The banks use high mobile banking apps to transact business. The apps are responsible for depositing checks, reviewing balances, and keeping track of transactions with a few swipes of the thumb. You can have a whole banking experience while you wait for your Starbucks order. The effectiveness of online platforms makes it so easy. There are online savings accounts that allow you to schedule deposits and withdrawals up to a year ahead. So the online banking client can schedule to withdraw cash or make deposits several months or years ahead. An online bank can only achieve this level of convenience. Think of forgetting all about the money you might need tomorrow, but because you had scheduled it much earlier, it is presented to you when you need it most. The emergency response of your traditional savings account could be slow. Banks have their opening and closing time, and that could affect easy access to your money. Your car could break down in the middle of nowhere on a Sunday afternoon, you could need dental attention all of a sudden, and there could be family health emergencies. Accessing your savings when you need to is one of the most significant benefits of an online savings account. You can access online savings account from any part of the world and on any device at any point. This flexibility grants you the option to deposit and withdraw cash or check your balance on the go. In addition, you will be able to transfer funds from your online account to any other wallet and payment points. There may be some policies that your online bank will explain to you regarding withdrawals and deposits, but the bottom line is an online account is the best. The trips to the bank to deposit can be a thing of the past. The habit of in-person recurring deposits can be cleared, and other essential things replace those times. One of the benefits of an online savings account is that you can take your will and discretion out of the way to deposits. You know all those times you gave excuses of time and traffic and then never made deposits? Now you can set up weekly or monthly automatic deposits from your account into your savings account. The deductions could be on other assets or your salary. This method prevents the effort and thought of thinking about the money you will save and the likelihood of temptation to spend the money. The amount may not be significant, but the interests you will be compounding on them will be enormous. If you crave convenience and are hunting for higher interest rates and lower fees, an online savings account is a better option than a traditional savings account. The best part is that you can keep your traditional bank and use the savings account to make deposits for your online savings account. Please tell us if you have any experiences with online savings accounts. Have you enjoyed the experience? And what are the best perks of your account? We also would like to know if you have had any complaints with online savings accounts yet. Kindly give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video.